Hey everybody, good morning. Happy New Year's Eve. Tonight is the end of 2022 and tomorrow 2023. Sounds like it's going to start out with a big bang. So it could be rough going for some of us. So let's get started and let's tell you what's going to be possibly happening. And I've been talking about this for a few days now, and I've kind of been off and just doing my stuff here at home. So I know I haven't been on as much. However, I did tell you about it a few days ago and said that this might be a possibility. So let's go ahead and let's take a look and see what the latest updates are. So let's start here first. Let's take a look at one of the models here. This model here is forecasting out to show the snow event in 51 hours. It hasn't fully, it looks like it has fully loaded now, I'm sorry. And this is only 51 hours out. So it stops at a certain point. But as you can see at this point, snow has already been falling. You're seeing some snowfall totals, 6 to 9 inches of snow. West of here, you can see Denver has 8.1, and it's just kind of getting itself cranking. That's what this model says. Now, that doesn't mean it's for sure, but again, that's what one of the models are forecasting. Let's go to this guy where it has it just a little bit further north. Okay. And it kind of more focuses on northeast Colorado, this one. And if it does do that, then the metro area will see about 4 inches of snow. Out here, though, in our region, you're looking at 7, 8, 9 inches of snow. The Colorado, Nebraska border, 10 inches of snow. Then the farther south you go and farther east you go, you're going to get zilch. Okay, so right now that dry slot is probably going to be over here, is what it's looking like. Okay, let's take a look at this model here. This is the Euro. It shows same thing, kind of the same situation. You can see the snowfall totals are high up here as well. Matter of fact, you can look here in northeastern Colorado. It's kind of the target zone for this. You're looking at Eastern Weld, Morgan, Washington, Logan, Phillips, Sedgwick, and Yuma counties. They're getting some, and even down here over by Kit Carson, you can see some snow out here by Cheyenne Wells. So that is definitely a possibility of some higher snowfall amounts. Okay, so let's move to another model, just kind of one more, and then we'll move on to the forecast. But you can see here some of these models have around 6 inches, 7 inches of snow. The metro area, you're seeing around 4.5 inches. So that's kind of where they're sitting. And this model isn't loaded all the way. It's only 70% loaded at this point. So there'll be more to it later on. But again, this is going to start tomorrow, is what it's going to look like. So let's take a look at the forecast. So this is the current forecast from the Weather Service. Okay, you can see the winter storm watch includes all these counties that I mentioned just a few moments ago in northeast Colorado that are going to be impacted possibly by this storm. That does not mean these folks here are out of it. By all means, no. It does not mean that. Sorry, I've got a phone call coming in and I've got to take that off for a moment. Sorry about that. Okay. So just be prepared. If you are in Western Weld County, Arapahoe, Adams County, places like that, even out by Lyman, I'd say don't quite let your guard down yet. I think you're going to get missed on most of this stuff down here, but we have to see what's going to happen with the storm system, where it's going to set up. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the winter storm watch, which is now in effect. Heavy snow, light freezing rain possible, snow accumulations of 6 inches or more is possible, as well as ice. Okay, there could be a glaze of ice on the ground, and that's going to make it terrible for us for the commute Monday morning. Okay, so tomorrow night or tomorrow it's going to start, but by Monday morning it should be a terrible commute if you're having to drive up anywhere because of that light glaze of ice. That's the part that's going to make it tough. So travel could be very difficult from Sunday night through Monday evening. Okay, so just giving that out there to everyone so they're aware. Okay, this is Nebraska here who's under the same one, but this one here is the one for Morgan County, Washington County, Logan. Okay, so I'm just giving you guys that heads up. So that's the winter storm watch. Okay, let's take a look at some of the snowfall totals. You can see in the lower ends here, 2.1 inches, 2.5 by Sterling. You can see some higher amounts here. This is the low end totals. If the storm doesn't develop like it's supposed to, probably some of the lower end totals. Higher end totals here, though, show a little bit more. If it does set up perfectly and it's a little bit slower and it digs, like I said, a little bit further south, it's going to get that moisture it needs, and then you're going to see our totals ramp up 8.5. 8.4, 9.6. So again, it's all placement of the storm where it's going to have to be. If it's in southeast Colorado, it's got to be in a perfect spot for us to get that. Again, the higher north it is, like I said, if it's like around here by Carville and places, yeah, you're going to see the lower ends like it's talking about because that dry slot is right there. But if it decides to go further south, you can see how Lyman comes into play. 6.1, the Metro, DIA, 7.8 inches of snow. So it all just depends where this low pressure is going to set itself up at. Okay, so let's look at the ice accumulation because they're talking about ice as well. You folks, and this does not mean everybody's not going to get ice, or this doesn't mean that just these counties are getting ice. There is going to be a layer of ice somewhere in between because this is a Pacific storm. This is not like the Siberian Express we had a few weeks ago. This is from the Pacific. So it's a warmer storm system and it's got more moisture with it. So that's kind of what's bringing it, that's why we had the rain event a few nights ago because before it snowed, because it came from the Pacific Ocean. It didn't come from out by the polar regions. So same thing here. This is going to cause some ice issues. If you're in Nebraska, Kansas, and eastern Colorado, yeah, you're going to see a good potential for some really thick layers of ice here, especially, a tenth of an inch to 3/10 of an inch of ice. That can be rough on, hundredths. I said tenth. I apologize. Hundredths. So just be careful for that light glaze of ice on there. Once that snowfall falls over, then we got trouble. That does not mean this area will not get it. I do believe that there might be some ice accumulation here as well. So just be prepared for those conditions. Okay. I like this new model. This is one that the Weather Service has out. This is an experimental model I saw, and I thought, hey, this is kind of interesting to see. This one is showing you the potential winter storm impacts. This is only potential. This doesn't mean for sure. But if you look, Morgan County, kind of in eastern Weld and Logan County, you guys are going to have some moderate impacts up here is what it's suggesting at this point. Again, it all depends where the storm sets up. If it goes further south, then you're going to see this orange drift down into here into these regions, and you're going to see some difficult travel, so moderate impacts. Matter of fact, if you look here in the metro over here by the airport, it even is showing a little bit of orange there for some moderate impacts. So just keep that in mind in case you do any traveling in the next 48 hours. All right. So final thing is what time? I always have people ask me, when is it going to show up? About what time do you think? Well, again, it all depends on the storm itself. If it slows down, then it could be a few hours later. So, or it could be faster and come through quicker, and then we can get it much faster. So it just depends on the timing. But let's go ahead and take a look. This is the latest weather graph that's out from the Weather Service. So the best what they're saying is tomorrow, 6 p.m. Okay. The rain actually is going to start around 5 p.m. is what they're saying. So we'll probably get that rain first. Okay. And that's where that layer of ice might come in. And then you're going to see the snowfall come in afterwards. That doesn't mean just because it's not showing freezing rain here. There's definitely a possibility that we could have that freezing rain or that little layer of ice. Because look at the temperature, folks. 32 when it starts raining. So it's kind of on that cusp and timing of when it's going to drop and make it cold enough to freeze. Okay, the winds will play a factor probably around 9 o'clock tomorrow night and pick up a little bit more with the gusts higher, but you can see our percentages go up. This one here is not showing, it's showing about 3 inches of snow, 3.5 at this point, but this is only until 9 a.m. so that I could go forward another 2 days and you'll see as we go forward, it looks like another about 3-4 inches of snow is what it's guesstimating here. So the timing of the storm is all depends on where it just sets up at. So if it does decide to slow down, yeah, the time is going to push back a little bit more here. If it goes further south, you're going to see these totals go up. So it all just depends on all these elements in order to make it do what it's supposed to do, and that's the hard part about winter storms is they're so difficult to find because it just depends on the speed. With thunderstorms, you usually know that what time they're going to trigger off. You kind of get an idea. But with these guys here, these are much harder to figure out and know. And even the Weather Service will tell you that this is really, really tough to figure out. So let's take a look. Our forecast, 42 for today, some melting, which we need. Mostly cloudy tonight, mostly cloudy tomorrow for New Year's Day to start it off. But then things are going to start going downhill. So just remember that rain and snow before 11 o'clock and then snow. And right now they're guesstimating 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of snow, 50% chance of snow here on Monday night. And then Tuesday, things will get better. And then it looks like we kind of clear out for the week. I haven't looked further ahead yet. I'm kind of focusing on one storm at a time, just because I know that there's quite a few storms out in the Pacific that are trying to work their way towards us to create this wonderful moisture content that we've been getting with snowfalls. I mean, this isn't a dry snow. These are some wet snows, and we need those. So let's take a real quick look at the satellite. As you can see here, this is things, it's not here yet. So don't go, where is it at? It's not here. It's way over here on the Western Pacific side. So it hasn't even made it to us yet, but once it decides to. But you can see the snowfall is still on the ground here from the last few days. I mean, it's almost like it's not going to go away for a while, but that's good. Again, it's good moisture content as the snow is melting, and it makes it much better for everybody. So let me take a look for questions in the chat and see what we have real quick. Good morning, Keisha. Hope you're doing well. Winds just picked up in Cheyenne. That's a shocker, Todd. You always have winds, so it's like a light breeze for you guys is 45 miles an hour usually in Cheyenne. So we'll see. Yeah, Keisha, you'll get out of here, but you're gonna have to probably leave early in the day if you decide to go to Kansas tomorrow, because I do think that ice is gonna really hit the eastern part of the state in Kansas there. So if you decide to go, maybe you might want to consider just a little bit earlier. So that's probably the best thing for you. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap up this briefing here. So it was calm earlier, so it was only about 25 miles an hour. That's how I always do that with Todd. I'm sorry, I give him such a hard time, but that's usually what Wyoming is. Calm winds for them are, 25 miles an hour. It's a nice day. So, no, that's awesome. So, all right. So, from my family to your family, Happy New Year. You have a good 2023. I hope it's prosperous and you guys just have a great family time and get-togethers and do things as you need to. Enjoy it. As soon as things get going downhill, if we can get some briefings and updates, we will do so. I got to show you this. I'm pretty proud of this. As you can hear, the dogs are going at it again. First thing, they always want to get themselves in the broadcast. Thank you, Keisha. I got some new toys this year, thanks to my wife. So we've got a new GoPro. Let me turn the camera down. We were able to get she bought me a GoPro and stuff that I could have this year. So when we go out and chase, we'll have some really cool streams on there. So we're pretty excited with that. So it just means a bunch to us. So thanks, Todd. Thanks, Debbie. I appreciate it. So anyway, I'm hoping I can get all that hooked up today. I'm trying to, I got to download it on my phone and stuff. So we'll go from there and see what happens. And hopefully we can get things streaming up there and out on the Jeep. So if we do need to go out, don't forget, don't be dumb driving. Remember, cruise control, be smart. Don't go too fast for conditions. Just keep those things in mind, guys, when you travel. I just don't want to see anybody getting hurt, especially going into the new year. So we just want everybody to have a great year and just be happy. So there you go. Don't forget to follow us, continue us on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. We have our account on YouTube as well. Follow us on YouTube at the same place. Give us the likes there as well. Become a subscriber on YouTube with us. It doesn't cost. It's just, you just click the subscribe button and you're in with us. So that helps us as well. And our bonuses have been awesome from everybody from supporting us. So thumbs up, hearts, anything like that. That just makes it so much more for us because Facebook gives us those rewards. You can give us stars. You can purchase stars online right there. And it's always set for stars for us here as well. So now that we finally have been approved to do stars on Facebook, it's just been a great thing for us as well. So that helps us out. And so I appreciate it. Saw a couple of orders this week on our website. So that was awesome for people that are buying stuff from our website. I really appreciate that. That makes it so great for us. It's on the Facebook page. Just click on it and go order something. If there's something you want us to add on to the website, let us know and we'll do what we can to make it better. So there you go. So I think that's it. 15 minutes. I did it perfect. So that's all I have for everybody. Have a happy new year. Stay safe. And as soon as things do change, we'll be right back on the air. Okay? Take care. Have a great day. Bye now.